this is Dan Verson. Welcome to another video segment. We're going to show you how to do a couple turns in the Cards of Cthulhu. Here we are ready to do our first turn. So what I do is I reference the player help sheet, and the very first thing I do in the turn order is I draw 4 cult cards. So here we go. The first one is a red cultist from Arwasa, a ritual dagger item that I can choose to buy, a priest follower that I can also choose to buy, and laying spiders from the Cthulhu cult. I place the cult over here on the Arwasa in its minions area. I place the laying spiders on the Cthulhu board, and now I have a choice. I begin the game with 4 experience tokens. If I want to buy the ritual dagger, it will cost me 2 experience. If I want to buy the priest, it will also cost me 2. So at this point I'm going to play kind of safe. I'm going to spend 2 tokens in order to buy the priest. I then place the priest next to my soldier card. I'm going to choose not to buy the ritual dagger, so I discard it. And for discarding an item, if I look at the player help sheet, an item is worth 1 experience. The next step in the sequence of play after purchasing is I awaken horrors. There aren't any horrors on the map, so I don't need to worry about that. Next is sanity loss. No horrors, so I skip that step also. Now I go to the combat step. The first thing I do is I target which of the 4 cult boards do I want to attack. I can attack the Cthulhu board or the Arwasa board. I'm going to choose to attack the Cthulhu board. As part of an attack, I can now roll dice. When I roll an attack, I always get to roll my body die. I also get to roll my health dice, unless if I've suffered wounds. I can also roll up to 3 spirit dice, but each one of these die rolls costs me 1 experience. Since I only need to destroy 1 8-point minion, I think that my 1 body die and my 2 health dice will be enough. I then roll the dice, and I'm hoping for a total result of 8 or higher. And I succeed. I have a 10. That means that I've destroyed the laying spiders, so I discard them. And, referencing the player help sheet, every minion that I destroy is worth 1 experience. So I now grab my experience token, which brings me up to 4 experience tokens. You can see that after rolling, I could have re-rolled if I had needed to. Now I'm not allowed to re-roll dice that roll 1s, and if I had rolled a 1 with my body die, I would have actually suffered a wound. I now check to see if there's an outcome to the game. First I check to see if I've been defeated. To do that, I look at all of the cult boards and I see, are there 5 or more minions, not counting gates or horrors, on any single sheet. There aren't, so I don't lose. Next I check the victory condition. Have I depleted the entire cult deck? No. That means that the game continues to game turn number 2. Just like game turn number 1, the first thing I'm going to do is draw 4 cult cards. I get a cultist leader from Yog-Sothoth. Ooh, a gates card. Gates are important because every gate card that you have makes you draw 1 extra cult card. So instead of drawing 4 cards this turn, I'm actually going to draw 5 because of that gate. I also get a yellow Byakhee that goes to Shog-Nar-Fon, a deep ones that goes to Arwasa. I now have to draw a 5th card because of the gate, and it is a major horror that also belongs to the cult of Arwasa. So here's how this works. I put the Shog-Nar-Fon gate up here on the Shog-Nar-Fon cult board. I put the Byakhee up here on the Shog-Nar-Fon minion area. I put the deep ones up here in the minions of Arwasa, and then I check the condition of this major horror. In order for the major horror to be awakened, it requires 3 minions on this board. Since there's only 2 minions right now, that means that it comes into play asleep. If there's ever 3 minions on this board, then it'll wake up. Finally, I place the cultist leader for Yog-Sothoth on its sheet. There weren't any cards available for me to purchase, so I skipped that step. I check to see if any horrors wake up. No, he doesn't. I would then conduct sanity losses due to awake horrors. There are no awake horrors. So I go straight to the combat step. Well, now I've got some choices ahead of me. Do I attack Yogg-Sothoth and clear it off? Do I go after Ourwassa because they're one minion away from waking up their horror? Or do I attack Shogg Fawn because that gate is going to keep giving me extra cards every turn? I'm going to choose to attack Shogg Fawn. In order to clear that gate out, I can't have any minions on that board, so that means I've got to destroy that minion. Okay, I am going to attack the Shogg Fawn board. So, like normal, I get to roll my body die, I get to roll my 2 health dice, and all I need to do at this point is destroy the Byakhee, which has a power of 3. I don't think I'll need to roll any more dice, so let's see how it turns out. Awesome. I easily destroy the Byakhee. That gets me another experience token. And now what I can do is their gate is now unprotected. This is not an attack, this is just destroying the gate. So in order to destroy the gate, I have to spend 3 experience tokens. I currently have 5, so I spend 3 of them. That destroys the gate. And for destroying the gate, I get 1 experience token. And if I want to at this time, I could do a hurry spell to attack some other board, but that would cost me 2 experience, so I don't want to do that. I'm going to end my turn. I check for defeat. There are not 5 minions on a board. I check for victory. There are still cards in the deck. And that concludes turn number 2.